Hello, my name's Natasha, and I'm excited to enter this new world of blogging. My brand story stems from my childhood and how I was raised. My father started working in oil and gas as a mailroom attendant at 19, while taking night classes, and worked his way up the ladder to a senior business analyst in his 30 years with the company. My mother was in and out of jobs most of my childhood, but near my teen years started her own company, which has now grown into one of the fastest growing companies in Alberta. I was raised with a no bullshit attitude. If you wanted something, you worked hard to get it. Things are not handed to you on a silver platter. So it's safe to say from a young age I developed the mindset that if I wanted to achieve my goals and dreams, I was going to have to work hard to get them. Choosing to go into the fashion industry was not an easy decision for me. It's a hard industry to get into and an even harder one to succeed in, especially in Alberta. I knew I was going to have to work hard, and I knew I wasn't going to get to the top overnight. The number one word my friends and family use to describe me is driven. When I have a goal in sight, I will stop at nothing to achieve it. I'm determined to make my life better than my dreams. I was excited to take the Gallup Strengths quiz because I did it about 2 years ago for a company. I was curious to see if my results would differ. The results are the same, but the order was different. This didn't really surprise me because there's been a shift in my life and my career. I'm no longer a full-time student working a part-time job, but a part-time student working a full-time job. With that change, my ideology and determination shifted to focus more on where I was going, rather than how I was getting there. My first strength, being futuristic, did not come as a surprise at all. With my work in the fashion industry, everything I do is a year in advance. I'm constantly thinking ahead of what I'm doing and how it's going to affect the company in a year's time. Aside from work, I'm also futuristic in my personal life. I'm that crazy girl who asks everyone what their 5-year plan is out of general curiosity of where they see themselves in 5 years. My day timer is filled in months in advance, and I like to look ahead rather than right now or in the past. What here is now, you can't change it, and what has passed is past. The deliberative trait goes hand in hand with futuristic in my opinion. Because I'm making decisions in advance, I have to ensure the decisions I'm making are the right ones for the company. Same with life. Because I like to plan in advance, I'm often thinking through my decisions and the consequences to all the outcomes. You can't control everything that happens, but it's nice to know you did everything you could to ensure the outcome was what you wanted. Focus and achiever again goes back to my upbringing with my hardworking parents. I was taught you had to be focused to succeed. If you had an assignment, then that was where your mind should be. I never had a problem putting in the extra hours to make sure my work is done and done right. I'll go above and beyond to get the extra credit and approval from my peers or coworkers. I grew up playing every sport you could imagine, so being competitive comes naturally to me. My previous job was in sales, which would explain why competitive was number one then. I am often driven by competition and the ability to succeed and win. When I don't succeed at something, I tell my friends, if you're not first, you're last, which a lot of people say is a poor attitude, but in my mind it's motivation to do better and continue to push yourself until you are first. All of these traits are a great representation of who I am. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm going to give 110% and make sure it's done right.